You're listening to SayconTalks with Sengbloh. Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. You just hear a lot of pure joy in my voice because I'm back and I'm so happy to be back. I'm just really pleased and so thankful. I appreciate all you loyal listeners to the SayconTalks podcast and those who have also followed me over to YouTube. I've been having a wonderful time over there. So be sure to check out the YouTube for SayconTalks. I am so excited to talk to you guys today, and maybe you can hear it, hear the smile, hear the joy in my voice. It's bright daytime. I'm sitting by the window. Yes, we are still experiencing our quarantine vibes, but I got the sun shining and I'm getting my vitamin D, you guys. I'm also excitedly enjoying a really wonderful cup of coffee. Yes, you guys, coffee. I know I'm usually the one that's with the teas and the herbs and all of that, but I got some blessed and beautiful African coffee beans. Now, any true and real coffee connoisseurs, please don't beat me up, you guys. I'm going to keep it all the way real. These coffee beans I purchased on a trip to Ethiopia about 3 years ago. I've had these coffee beans for a long time. You know, I always get coffee. I never buy coffee beans because I did not own a coffee grinder. And what's hilarious is that my mother is a big coffee drinker. I only drink coffee every once in a while because I am sensitive to high caffeine. So, you know, we've been on quarantine. Only a few little stores have been around. And on a couple of my walks, I came across a general store that was open. I went inside to get a few things for my home, for my kitchen, because that's where I'm always at, my home, quote, apothecary. And of course, I walked up on a little coffee bean grinder and I said, Saycon, you've never had that coffee that you bought on your trip to Ethiopia. So man, I bought this coffee grinder. I ground it up. And let me tell you what I'm drinking. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not sponsored by anyone, by the way. If someone wants to sponsor me, please be sure to reach out at info@SayconSengbloh.com. But I am not sponsored by them. I am simply promoting anybody that I like. So when you hear me talk about it, it's usually because I like it. But what I'm drinking is Cafe Tomoka. Their logo is really cool. It's a white circle with a lion. Okay, with the coffee beans and then the letter K for the trademark. And then I believe they have, some Amharic that's written above it, but it says Cafe Tomoka. And the most fascinating thing that I found when I was in Ethiopia was a lot of the major brands that we see here in the U.S., I did not see them. You know, that place that everybody goes to, that everybody loves to go to, that has the Mami Watsa symbol with the fishtails on it. That particular place, we didn't see it anywhere, but I saw Cafe Tomoka everywhere. And the people were really enjoying their coffee vibes. They would have popcorn. The coffee would have a sprig of, I believe, either rosemary or thyme. One of those herbs would be in the coffee. And I just enjoyed the coffee culture in Ethiopia. So you guys know I always have to start it off and let you guys know what I'm sipping on, what I'm vibing on. I have my essential oils going in my diffuser. Right now I have a little lemongrass going and it's cool. But what I noticed, my favorite essential oil that I've been using lately has been the rosemary and another citrus kind of orange essential oil. You guys, we got to keep this air good, keep the air right in your home and just give yourself those good vibes. So anyway, that's what I'm sipping on. I'm sipping on this coffee. I usually, when I do drink coffee, I drink it black. I do enjoy bitter coffee, black, naturally sweet coffee. But I did put a little bit of turbinado sugar today. So that's what I'm sipping on. Yeah. yeah, let me have a little sip of this coffee. Tastes so nice. It's really, really nice. Again, I'm drinking Cafe Tomoka. It's an Ethiopian coffee. And I have to say, okay, you guys, I had to move because I think my neighbor is a DJ. So I moved on to the other side of the apartment, and it's not far from the subway. So you may hear some subway tracks going in the background, but we just roll with me. Okay. Roll with me. I got a really, important topic I want to discuss today. But yeah, this coffee, it moves me. I feel good drinking it. I heard wonderful stories on my trip. One of our tour guides, told us, he said, coffee is the nectar of the gods. And, I believe it's so. Now that don't mean we should just drink too much of it all the time, you guys, burning out our adrenals, just living life on coffee, try to nourish myself. But besides that, let me get right on to it, guys. Let me get right to it. Can you believe it? Did you see the title? And were you like, seriously? Is Saycon seriously about to talk about OnlyFans? Yes, I am. And yes, I am serious. Let me tell you guys. I heard about OnlyFans not long ago. I heard, people making little commentary about girls on Instagram, at girls on Twitter, selling their goods online, or not necessarily selling their goods, but showing their goods online. And, from my understanding, I knew that a lot of young girls, it's a new generation. There are a lot of young girls who use social media, whether it be through DMs, through Snapchat, through whatever, girls and boys. Let me not discriminate. Okay. A lot of young people who are using these mediums to make money with their bodies. Sex sells, you guys, and sexuality, beauty, naked bodies, sexual favors is they say that whoring or prostitution, they call it the oldest profession, the world's oldest profession. Okay, from every nation, every country, there is some form of sexual favors for sale, or people are procuring what they want for their satisfaction, right? A lot of men, there's a lot of men in the world and some women in the world who are seeking sexual pleasure, and things have not changed, you guys. Back in the day, the profession of whoring, I hope I'm not offending anyone by using that word. I'm going to leave this in, and I'm going to let you guys experience me change my mind. I'm going to try to use a different word. Sex work. This is a new day, y'all. We got to be politically correct. So sex work has been used and has been a part of every culture, every country, in some way, shape, or form, for centuries. And so now that we are in the modern era, this modern, not just industrial era, we're not just being in the industrial era, we are in the technical era. Of course, it would make sense, that beyond pornography and other things, that people would be able to interact and bring sexual favors right into their palm of their hand, pun intended, not just with lotion, but with your actual cell phone, you guys. So besides OnlyFans, there are lots of apps and things that people use. People are even using dating apps. That's a whole nother conversation. But dating apps are not just, people aren't just using dating apps to find love. Okay. People are using dating apps to sell sex, to do sex work. And so I asked the question, when Beyonce, okay, the queen, or, for many people, especially the Beehive, the queen of R&B pop music, when she used a lyric that referenced OnlyFans, did that legitimize that website? Did it legitimize the act of selling sexual favors? The reason I talk about it in this way is because, guys, this is a really uncomfortable topic for people who are in gentle society, so to speak. I have associates. I've been in shows with people who were sex workers. And because of it's, it is 2020 and sex workers want respect. It is a new day. It's a new day. And when Beyonce used that quote, okay, for any of you guys who haven't heard the song or don't know what I'm talking about, the song is a really popular song that was remixed. It was made by my girl. I'm calling her my girl as if I know her. I do not know her. I just enjoy her entertainment and her outfits and her whole vibe, her flow, her electric flow. And she is known as Megan Thee Stallion. And the song is called Savage. I'm a Savage. So she remixed it with Beyonce. But I'm going to skip ahead. I want you guys to hear a little bit of, just hear the lyric that I'm referencing regarding OnlyFans. Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. Look. For our poor, dilapidated, quarantine, tired of hearing your kids crying and screaming, tired of zooming in for job interviews, tired of Skyping in for conversations, tired of cooking your own food, tired of eating your own food, just want to go to the movies, just want to go do something, just want to go dancing, tired, dilapidated ears. When Beyonce said on that demon time she might start her OnlyFans, I was like, what? I'm like, in what world would the queen be? Of course, it's innuendo. This is what people do. This is how music sells, is innuendo. But my question to you guys is, if the queen bee, if Beyonce says OnlyFans, if she's representing it as being fly, does that legitimize it in the quote legit world? The reason I brought it up, and I'm saying in the legit world, and I can say this is so interesting as an actor. A lot of you guys who are not in this world may not know, but they literally call certain types of representation, they call them legit representation, or certain types of even as far as singers goes, there's a certain type of singing that is described as legit, as in legitimate. And what's fascinating about that is oh my God, the sun. Is the sun going down? There is a big cloud going across the sun, and I don't know if y'all can feel my vibe change. Let me have a little sip of this coffee. A little sip of my Ethiopian coffee. Hold on, let me turn around and adjust myself. I need light. Okay. The world is moving in a different way, you guys. And that lyric is an example of that. Right now, it's been a big thing, a big battle with industry, and that's in every industry, from music to real estate to even the taxi industry, with the explosion of Uber and Lyft and other car service industries that brought the computer and brought your car to pick you up, that dispatch, put that dispatch right into your hands, into the palm of your hands. Again, no pun intended. It's a new world. And so you guys, I'm a little speechless. The fact that I paused a little bit before I decided to jump into this conversation. But it's really fascinating. But I put the word OnlyFans in on YouTube, and I found there were all these people that were doing this research on how to start an OnlyFans. And the thing about it is, once someone puts their face, their image out there and says, hey, I want you to associate me with sexual acts or with sex work or with naked pictures and nudity. It used to be that one's image or self-worth would, quote unquote, kind of go down the hill. But I don't even know whoever said the word hoes is winning. You guys, forgive me. Sometimes I just it's been quarantine. You got to find ways to make yourself laugh. I've just been tickling myself. I've just been so tickled in my belly with so many things. But that phrase "hoes is winning" is one that a lot of people have used when describing popular stars, popular reality stars, people who have televisions or who have television shows or who have amassed really large fortunes. You know, it's been something that we have absolutely seen happen. And to hear a line like that on a track by the Queen Bee herself, and also Megan Thee Stallion, you know, to see how twerking and booty shaking and, you know, it's all on a national level, like that type of expression has become so commonplace. You know, it's definitely legitimized in some way, shape, or form. People living a different type of lifestyle.
You're listening to SayconTalks with Sengbloh. Follow Say Sing on Snapchat.
Now, I must say, in defense of this hypersexual sexual vibe that I'm describing when I'm talking about OnlyFans, there is a new movement on OnlyFans, you guys. OnlyFans is not just associated with people who are in a sexual vibe. There is an entire, okay. I went on this last night. Where is it? Okay. I went to the OnlyFans website. Oh, no, this isn't really the website. You have to I can't go. I don't think I can really actually go on the website. It looks like I have to, get an account or something. But I see there are these links. It says, okay, you guys, bear with me. I'm just trying to find this. Somewhere online, I saw that they had a whole section of OnlyFans for comedians. Let me see if I can just put that word in, OnlyFans for comedians. Because I guess basically people are using this technology however they want to use the technology. And I hope that my sound is good because I'm looking at the computer. I'm not at my desk again. I moved from my desk because my neighbor was bumping his music really loud. So I had to come in this other room. So hopefully you guys can hear. I think I can't find it now, you guys. Oh, there. I see something that says comedians descend upon OnlyFans. So I'm bringing this up because you have people who have decided, boom, if these girls can take off their clothes and make money, girls and guys can take off their clothes and make money, then I can go on this bad boy and tell jokes. I can tell whatever kind of jokes I want. I don't have to be politically correct. I can do what I want. And that apparently is what is happening on OnlyFans. Again, there are also people on OnlyFans who are not even doing sexual acts, not even doing nudity, but just showing their feet. For example, just showing their feet, because people have all sorts of things that they're into. And there are a lot of sites that bring the consumer directly into contact with the person. You guys, famously, little Miss Hot Tamale herself, Miss Black China, has now started an OnlyFans account. Also, Safari, Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend and a hip-hop artist and writer of his own accord, has started an OnlyFans. Now, I don't know if he's showing his business or not, and I don't know. I'm going to presume that it's not a far stretch for the beautiful Black China to be doing OnlyFans. She made her living as an exotic dancer, as a stripper, twerking, doing her thing, I believe in DC and eventually LA or wherever she lived, all over the place doing her thing. Her mother was a stripper. She look, we all got friends who are strippers. Again, don't get it twisted. I have no judgment regarding strippers. I even thought about stripping myself at one point, and I don't know how it is. God took me down a totally different path and I become known for musical theater. But because of my assets, I was absolutely encouraged by different friends at different points in time to get into the stripping game. I don't know how I don't know. Somehow that ship missed me. It passed me. I got into this legit world, the arts world, and hey, that's where I landed. But I think every girl at some point, especially when you're young, during your young years, you think about, hey, I'm beautiful. I got some assets. Maybe I can go make some money. So I'm saying that to say I'm not surprised that Miss Black China is now on the platform. And don't get it twisted. I keep naming all of these black celebrities. But actually, the majority of the people I believe on the platform tend to be like the majority of the people in the U.S., which is white people. But there are black people, Latin people, Asian people, all on this platform. But there are many other platforms that people are using to go directly to consumer. One of my favorite YouTubers just started a book club on Patreon. Patreon is an example of a quote on the legit side, but the exact same. I've never been on either of the sites, so I shouldn't say exact same technology, but as far as my understanding of how the technology works, people get an account and then they can have direct contact with the person that they follow. And I guess some people they do their accounts. I've definitely considered getting a Patreon account. Let me keep it all the way real. I do love my talk. But I would love to get paid for my talk, for my chit chat, for my Saycon's talk. But the Patreon, there's a lot more, I guess, quote, bookish people who are on there that are talking. There are some other sites. I can't think of the names of them. I haven't researched this enough. But people are using these platforms to engage with their consumers directly, to get money from their consumers directly, and to have an exclusive sort of one-on-one interaction with their consumers. And so yeah, that's just the way of the world. The reason I named Uber and Lyft, and I'll even mess around and name Airbnb, is because and we'll throw SoundCloud in there, we'll throw TikTok in there. People are using apps and social media and various platforms to go directly, to cut out the middleman. And so, look, don't get me wrong, there is a middleman, okay? Whoever invented OnlyFans, whoever created that app or that technology, or whoever just made it popular, is literally like the biggest pimp in the world, okay? And I use that, shout out to the Star Report, respectfully, the biggest pimp in the world, okay? I believe that essentially, if you created that technology, whether a person is on there showing their breast or whether they're making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, if you get a cut every single time they show their stuff, then you get a cut. And I can't even be mad at the people for making that technology, bruh. Which leads me to this as I was pontificating, this leads me to the idea that had come across my mind, which is this. Is it possible that Beyonce or some other celebrity may have invested in OnlyFans? Again, these people, they don't talk about anything unless it's going to make them money, okay? They don't do or say, or, a lot of these A-list celebrities are very calculated, very shrewd. They move, the way they shake and move in the world is to, make money, make things happen. And so that is my question to you. I'm going to leave you with that. Do you think that some of these celebrities own stock in OnlyFans. Is there a way to invest in OnlyFans? You know, they say you got to invest where the people are going, you know, and nowadays, baby, it ain't just McDonald's. So if anybody has any information about investing, because that's what I'm interested in, you guys. If anybody has any information about investing in those types of apps, or how it is that, you know, I actually saw a young lady recently. It got suggested to me on YouTube. Let me see if I can go in there real quick and look at my suggestions. I got suggested a young lady who did she has a channel that she talks. She doesn't have a huge subscriber count, but I know she's going to grow because she is doing some good stuff. Her name is Adrienne Arsenault on YouTube. Again, that's Adrienne Arsenault on YouTube. And she is talking about some really interesting things as far as investing. Literally what she posted today, it says health stocks are up today and everything else is down. Plus new info about coronavirus scans. Look, y'all, there are smart people who are investing where the money is. And if you got to stay home and you got to get your kicks from home, you got to get your food from online from home, you got to order your car service from home, then it looks like that's probably where the money's at. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Again, thanks again for coming in. Excited for my new season. I hope that you will share this podcast. I really need to grow my subscriber base. Share this podcast with anyone who you think might be interested in it, or might have any information. That's what it was. Miss Arsenault, she mentioned investing in dating sites. So if anybody anybody has invested in a dating site, make sure you reach out to me. My social media is at Saycon Sengbloh on all platforms. Again, that's at Saycon Sengbloh. You guys, you can find me there, and you can also find me at SayconTalks. I have my wonderful YouTube channel. Please go over there and subscribe. I am Saycon, and you are listening to SayconTalks. Yes, it's the second season. Yes, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Search Saycon Talks on YouTube for performances and video.
Follow Saycon Sengbloh on Instagram. Follow Vintage Pop Soul on Instagram. And follow SayconTalks on Instagram.
Honeywax.